when I became a mum, I had this fantasy version of what I was going to be like. Interesting start to a Monday.
Happy Monday, guys.
But I think there is always going to be someone online with an opinion, because that is just the internet. I also think, what did I do with all my time prior to having children? I find some sort of consolation in that it's good for my children to see that we're all sort of fallible humans that don't always get it right. Joy is not extra, I think, would be my affirmation for the day. That it's not something that you do instead of or on top of. That you should build it into your day, and you're deserving of it even when sort of life is a bit chaotic and messy and you don't have to earn it.
I needed to speak to you today. You were the perfect guest. So Stacie, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
It's lovely. We've had a slight technical issue this morning, so we're sat together a lot closer than we normally would do, but it's nice, intimate,
friendly,
intimate. We've both had a bit of a shocker of a morning, haven't we? Yeah. So this just added to it.
It's quite nice. Yeah, of like moral support and
intimacy,
backup.
Yeah, and it's raining, and we're not happy about it. But hey ho. So Stacie, I've followed you for a very long time. Yeah, I have, and you pop up on my Instagram, I would say, exactly when I need to have a little bit of positivity, which is what you radiate on your Instagram page, which is fabulous. And I'm sure your gorgeous little quotes and little posts have helped so many people, because sometimes all you need is to just have a little I
think also in an Instagram feed where there's quite a lot of heaviness and there's a lot of bad news out there, isn't there? So
exactly.
I hope that I can be a little bit of a break and a self-care reminder in there.
And that's what I think is so nice. Like, I follow people that bring that, because you can watch the news and there's so much depressing and horrible and sad stuff going on. It's pages like you that can just give a bit of lightness to life, can't it? So you're all about positivity over perfection.
Absolutely.
Yes. So tell me a bit more about that. What does that mean?
Well, I think I naturally want to seek out perfection. I have very high sort of self-expectation. And I think when I became a mum, I had this fantasy version of what I was going to be like and how I was going to be this mum that ticked all these boxes. But real life just isn't like that. And so my oldest daughter is 10. And over that decade, I think I've definitely had to lower my expectations, but also accept that there are going to be times that things go really well. There are going to be things that aren't in my control. And just all the ups and downs of being a parent and trying to navigate all of these different things that happen, that sometimes just doing the thing and getting through it is absolutely fine and the best we can aim for. And so perfection isn't really an option a lot of the time for any of us.
It isn't, no. And do you know, spinning in my chair. I found that really difficult as well, because I think before you have kids, you can have a bit of perfection. You've got time to. And
there's more stuff in your control, I think.
Yeah, exactly. And I think perfection is a lot to do with control. I think they go hand in hand. Yeah. And if you can control certain situations, control how tidy your house is, or being on time, or, leaving the house in a lovely, clean
and that goes straight out the window. The minute you get home from hospital with a baby, that doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, and it's really, really hard. I think that change from being, so in control of life to everything just kind of going out of the window. And it's hard. So did your illustrations go hand in hand with you having children?
So I studied illustration at university, so I was always an illustrator.
Right.
Yeah, so that was my thing.
Was that your job? What did you illustrate for?
So I illustrated a lot of greeting cards and art prints. So I kind of had an online shop. I sold cards in Paper Chase and Scribbler.
Oh gosh, that is amazing.
I was a little drawing person in my studio. Yeah. And then had Matilda, and it was just much harder to find the time to pack up lots of orders, and I naturally then started taking on more commission work. And I started working with an organisation who were focused a lot on mental health and well-being, and so this is quite a long time ago now, and Instagram was kind of in its early days. And it sort of went hand in hand that I'd been promoting my cards and things on Instagram, and then realised I wanted to start using that as an outlet for sort of drawing the things I was feeling, a bit like an online journal, I guess, at the time. And it was a very different space then as well. But yeah, doing drawings and sharing the thoughts I was having, and hopefully trying to be that little voice of support for other parents that were maybe feeling the things that I was feeling. And yeah, it kind of naturally evolved into what I do now.
That's incredible. And you've got like a positive journal.
Yes.
What is that? Tell me about.
So I wrote the You Are Positively Awesome is my book.
Yeah.
And then along with that, the Positively Awesome journal. So it's a guided journaling prompts, all illustrated pages that you can use for sort of dipping in and out of and practicing self-care.
I love that. Do you know, because I've always been very, very into stationery. Like, I love like I think I've bought your cards in the past then. How long ago was it you had cards in paper chase?
So it would have been over 10 years ago now, because it was...
Yeah, I mean, I was definitely in my card buying era then.
I still buy cards and just put them in a box.
I do too.
I'm like, my nan used to have a box of cards, and when she didn't have the right cards, it said like, dear granddaughter, she'd cross that out if it wasn't the right person, and then it was like, dear daughter. But I was like, genius idea, Nan. I would also love to have a box of cards, and I feel like that's what I was aspiring to.
That's cute. So yeah. Do you know, also, my mum has a box of cards, and
it's peak developing. And then if it's not quite right, perfection out the window, just cross out.
I think it makes it quite cute if you're crossing it out, doesn't it? Yeah, I do love a card that has like a positive quote on it, or just telling that person how awesome they are. There's a range, and they're like little tiny cards, and they have cute little sayings on them. Love them. Do you still sell cards then?
I don't. I do have an online shop with prints, but I don't do cards at the moment. Which is funny. My friend, we travelled in this get together this morning, and she was like, "Stacie, you should make cards." I was like, "I used to make cards."
I think you should.
And so now you've said it as well, so that's maybe the next thing I should do. Let's put it out
to the universe. Yeah. If anybody agrees with me, can you write in the comments section, please? We want to know if you want Stacie to bring her cards back.
I mean, maybe I should. Yeah.
I think you should, absolutely. So, did you find doing your illustrations helped you with, not striving for perfection?
I think it's a really good creative outlet. It was sort of what I do for work, but it's also just what makes me happy. Yeah. And it was something that I retained of myself and the things that bring me joy and what I enjoy doing, in amongst all of the demands of and how all-encompassing it is to have a baby. And I've got 3 children now, but being able to draw and sort of process my thoughts and feelings that way is just a really good outlet for me.
I think as well, like sometimes for some people all it can take is just reading a little positive affirmation, and it kind of can change their mindset a little bit. And you've spoken about how, as mums we have this massive mental load.
Yeah.
And actually one of my friends, it was Izzy, it was my husband's bandmate's wife, Izzy Judd, and she did a post the other day. It was basically saying that she'd had a night away without the kids, and she realised how you're never off.
No.
Even when you're asleep.
Yeah.
And it's so true. I wonder whether we actually fall into that proper deep sleep as mothers.
So I was saying this the other day. I went away for my friend's birthday, my friend's 40th birthday, and one of my friends was like, "I'm really sorry if I woke you up snoring." And I was like, "It's not you, like you're not the problem. I just don't sleep very heavily, because I'm listening out for my youngest daughter at all times. I'm always like poised to be up and ready, and someone needing me 24/7. So I do think there's definitely something in that you don't rest as deeply or as naturally as maybe we used to.
You absolutely don't. And I think as well, it's like those phantom cries. You remember when they were babies and you'd get in the shower and you could hear...
Oh, I used to get really vivid nightmares as well. I've had a couple where I've like jumped up out of bed and my husband's like, "What's going on?" And I thought like my daughter had fallen out. She was laying next to us. And I still sometimes get those like jumping up, screaming, the poor man.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same. Like as well, Danny's been away on tour for a while, and I sleep with the door wide open, the landing light on.
Anything could happen.
I'm like, I will not hear him.
Yeah.
If I go into this deep sleep. So I think because I'm absolutely exhausted at the moment, I was like, I think for the last month I've just been in a heightened state of like in between sleep and awake.
Ready.
Yeah.
Just in case.
Ready to go. It's like a fight or flight, isn't it? So do you feel like, with all the like positive affirmations and things like that, do you think there's a place for those as self-care that goes along with normal self-care, like therapy or exercise?
I think so. I think it's I talk about sort of like small joys, and I think just having those moments in the day where you're recognizing a need, you're sort of validating a feeling, you're realizing you're not alone in something you're experiencing. That even if that is just seeing a post in your Instagram feed, and amongst other things where everyone else seems like they're having a really nice time, I think it can be really grounding that there's someone else out there that has given a name or a picture or some kind of visualization to something you're experiencing yourself. So I think obviously it's not going to solve all of your problems.
Yeah.
I probably think therapy is probably still a good idea.
I'm always pro therapy.
But yeah, I do think curating your feeds or seeking out things that are going to make you feel more upbeat and better is always a good thing.
And you know your the journal. Is there things in there to kind of like help you with your mental health and?
Yes, this is like building a self-care toolkit, or even things like gratitude lists. There's a study that said if you practice sort of gratitude practice can make you 25% happier. And sort of there's I've not got all the quotes to sort of cite properly, but that's sort of a proven thing that if you practice gratitude, that can actually have
what does that look like then, practicing gratitude? How do you practice gratitude?
So I think noticing the things that are positive or that make you happy, the little things that light you up, or the big things, I guess, but taking the time to sort of mindfully either just think about them or log them or journal them, that over sort of a course of time that can actually sort of impact your mental health and your overall happiness by a large amount.
It's funny, isn't it, really? Because like when you actually think about it, I would probably only ever think of the things that I've done wrong.
Yeah.
You know, that I've done badly, or, oh God, that could have been better, or I should have done that, or, you know, or like, for instance, we've just chatted and I was like, oh God, my morning. And then actually like, maybe I need to take away from a stressful morning. What did go right though? Oh, well, I woke up with my alarm and I got a bit of work done this morning.
And, you know, the tech wasn't working so well this morning, and here we are, and we've had a lovely chat, and it's been lovely to meet. So there's been lots of things this morning that actually I think we've both had a bit of a interesting start to a Monday.
Happy Monday, guys.
But actually, when you do pick out those positive things, you realise there are more of them than maybe you realise in the first place.
It's like that with to-do lists, I think, because I was saying on the other week on the pod that I was really beating myself up because I would write a to-do list, and then because I had so much to do, like chore wise, so like you know, putting the washing up,
all those daily
out,
jobs,
dishwasher, all those things, and I wouldn't put those on the list. Someone said to me, put it on the list.
It's a ta-da list. When you ta-da, I've done it.
Good.
Yeah, so I didn't make that up, but that's a way of sort of reframing.
Can
you imagine? Genius
that girl. Ta-da list, I love that so much. And also like there's this, we talk about it a lot, but like the guilt of being allowed to have that self-care. Like recently, I decided that I would book a night in a hotel.
The dream. That's literally one of my dreams.
The actual dream. I had the best time. I mean, annoyingly, I had a late night because I met a friend and I had to be up really early the next morning because I was working.
So you
nearby,
but still.
So I didn't quite get the full experience because what I really wanted to do was lay in a bath for about 7 hours and read a book. But I did get that nugget of time where I slept in a big comfy bed, starfished in it.
No one asking you for anything.
No one asking me for anything. And I felt like my nervous system just calmed down ever so slightly from a mum, from being mum. And I just managed to relax a little bit. I mean, to be honest, I think it takes us about a week. So it was just lovely in the hotel. I just had the best time. But the problem was I felt guilty about it. And even more so, I was a bit like, oh, I don't know whether I should post about this online or not, because am I going to get judgment for wanting to have a little bit of a moment for myself? What do you think?
I think there is always going to be someone online with an opinion, because that is just the internet. And whether that opinion is right or not is to be decided. But I do think we shouldn't feel bad about, because that's not, you're not asking a lot. But I completely feel the same. And I said, that is like my dream. I would love to go and stay away on my own and just enjoy just being on my own and not having to do anything for anyone else, just for a really short period of time.
Yeah.
And my husband's like, just go and book it. So it's not, there's nothing.
You should. Why don't you?
So I have a 40 before 40 list.
Yeah.
I turned 40 in January.
Oh,
no, it's coming around. And I decided on my 39th birthday that I was going to have a 40 before 40 list that was 40 small joys. So just small acts of little things that would boost me or lift me up that I could fit in sort of between school runs and jobs.
I love this.
So it's not like go to the Caribbean, because that's not going to happen in my life. But
You don't know that.
It's less likely than like
Right, so it's achievable things that are on your list.
sort of one of like staying away for the night somewhere lovely is on there.
Yeah. Okay.
Coming on a podcast was on there.
Right.
Starting the book that I wanted to write is on. So all things that I put off because I'm like, oh, that's something that I want to do for me. That it falls to the bottom of the to-do list.
Oh my gosh, like your doctor's appointments.
Yeah, all these things. So I was like, this is just going to be a list of little things that I would like to do for me.
Right.
And that is on there, and I haven't done it yet.
Okay, well, now, right, when you leave this podcast...
leave with a list of things I need to do.
Yeah, I want you to leave and go and book it. Get your books.
While I'm designing my new card range.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Right, so I know what you need to do.
I'm going to credit you as like life-changing.
Yes, if you could just at me in the post you do when you're away and be like, thanks, Georgia.
Yeah. A little picture of me doing
because of you.
Yeah.
Oh my God, and then I could have helped you with 2 of your 40 before 40.
This could be a turning point in my life. But yeah, I completely get that. It's really hard though to let yourself have those moments.
It is, completely.
And actually, I think putting a name on it helped me. So saying that I was doing this because it's
giving it a reason.
I have permission now.
Yeah, well,
because there's an excuse for it.
And it's sad, isn't it, that we feel like we have to give ourselves permission to do things. Do you think the dads feel the same way? I don't think
so.
Because Danny said to me the other day, bearing in mind he's been on tour for 84 years, he said, I've been invited to go on this trip, and it's a trip away. It's in November after I get back from tour. And I was like, okay. And he was like, but I do feel bad. And I was like, well, do you want to go though? And he's like, well, yeah, I would really like to go. I'm like, well then go. But I don't think their thought process is the same. I would really, really like there to be like a study done into why the mothers, majority of the time, this is generally speaking, I know some dads probably are the same, why we have that mental load so much more.
I don't know if women are sort of brought up to be more people pleasing. I don't know if we feel like that's our role, to be that person that's nurturing everybody else and fulfilling everyone else's needs.
Yeah.
So it's probably a bigger question than I have all the answers.
Well, I know.
I
just really want there to be a study done so we can find out why.
Or just be able to like read people's minds. Yeah. I'd love to know what goes through my husband's mind.
Oh, I need to know from like the minute they wake up to the minute they go to bed, how many thoughts of things to do with childcare and looking after your kid and like the general running of the house goes through their
just like in a different way, maybe a different, because I think I really focus on all the tiny like if I do this, like we were talking about earlier, sort of if you do one thing or you need to do this event or this activity, there are 74 million other things that have to be lined up before you can get to that thing. And I think that's what mums, I feel like, between me and my friends, we take on a lot of that. So or if that happens on Tuesday, then we need to have that for dinner on Wednesday, and that person needs to have that uniform washed for Thursday. And that's the thing that I think just takes up all of my brain space.
Oh, it really does. And it's exhausting.
It is exhausting.
Like, I think mental exhaustion is such a thing, and I don't think we give it enough credit, because someone will be like, oh, but you've had you went to bed at this time and you got up at this time, you've had like a good 7-8 hours sleep, and it's like, yeah, but my brain didn't stop.
No,
like, I don't think my brain ever switches
and as
on.
soon as your eyes open, you're ready to do the
second, actually, in fact, that your eyes open. Because like, even this morning it was like my alarm went off and I set my alarm early so that I could try and do a bit of work before then Cooper woke up. And whenever you do that, they always wake up really early. They know.
It's like if you've got something planned, someone gets poorly.
And I think it's quite difficult for people that don't have kids to understand that as well. Like, they're like, why can't you get this done? Or why can't you...
I also think, what did I do with all my time prior to having children? I think maybe I relaxed more.
Same.
I actually relaxed.
Same.
And I don't really do that as much now.
Well, I remember before I had kids, we would like go out, like have a boozy night out. We'd come back and we'd sleep until like midday. Midday.
I like to call that the good times.
The good times.
Yeah.
They were the good times.
The fun
weren't they?
times. I mean, it's different fun though.
Different fun.
Yeah.
Fun. So what little things bring you joy? What do you do to bring you like you joy personally?
So I really think creative things
Yeah.
bring me joy. I love drawing, and it's nice that that's a lot of my job is sort of drawing. So that I enjoy doing, but sometimes that does tip into work, so I have to be quite careful that that's sort of there's some balance there. But even things like I live quite close to my children's school, and so I work from home, and there's no commute in between those two things. And sometimes I'm straight from one stress, like going out and getting everyone out the house in the morning, getting everyone to school, and then straight back into working.
Yeah.
And actually, what brings me joy is to take a little detour and go for a walk up to town and come back again.
I do the exact same thing.
It's like I don't necessarily even need to do anything.
Yeah.
I'll like mooch around the shop maybe, or pick up some milk, but I make myself have that walk and just take it in as like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
And pause in the day.
A minute for yourself rather than straight into it.
Yeah.
That is so funny because I do exactly the same
And it's
thing.
like you need that brain break before you carry on. So that I think that's a joy that I've quite easily been able to build into what I do.
Into your life, yeah.
I think things like making time to go out with my friends, and I was saying earlier, sometimes you're like, oh, I'm so tired, and I don't have the energy, and can I be bothered to like put some makeup on, get ready and go out the house? But actually, then once I'm there, I'm like, this is just what I needed. I needed space to just be me and have a rant and you know, have a glass of wine, and I always feel better for going and doing the thing that I'm like, can't be bothered.
Funnily enough, my best friend said to me this morning, because I was whinging about how tired I was, and she said to me, she was like, Georgia, you need to learn how to say no. At least you need to learn to not have to do everything. And I was like, no, I know that. And I voice noted back. I said, I do get that. But at the same time, I need to do the things that make me feel like me as well. And
I think there's a balance. Like
there's a balance.
There's some things that you probably could say no to.
Yeah.
But there are going to be so many things that you think if you just make the time to do that, even when it's a bit tricky.
It's always when it's raining. When it's
raining
raining and you're tired and you know you've got to put like something that's not an elasticated waist on, you're like, oh, can we just not do it? But then you go, you're right, you go and then you have the best time.
Yeah.
You've just got to remember that. You've got to dig deep down.
I shared a post a while ago about sort of in the hard times when you feel like you don't have any capacity for joy, that's actually really when you need it most, because that's when you're sort of gleaning that strength from all those little moments, sort of giving you a little lift.
I saw you say something a while back about getting like finding your sparkle, and I it really resonated with me because I definitely lost mine, and it was really hard trying to like find what was going to bring it back. And I think sometimes it's time as well. Sometimes you just have to like.
And also, it'll change. Like we're all changing all the time, and our kids, what our kids need from us is changing.
Yeah.
So what worked a year ago might not be the same thing that makes you feel sort of sparkly and happy.
Yeah, it's so true. Like, and then you just beat yourself up about things as well, because I do it all the time, especially when I'm solo parenting Cooper, and my patience is just so much shorter. And then I feel guilty that
because you're giving so much more.
Yeah.
You just don't have the reserves to have that same capacity for sort of patience. And it's like, oh no.
Oh,
I'm so close to the edge.
Yeah, you're like, I'm teetering. It's like, can I have another glass of wine tonight?
And that's when they're like, I'm going to put on techno YouTube.
And then it pushes you over the edge. Can you please turn it down? Mummy is overstimulated.
The amount of times that I'll go to bed and I'm like, oh no.
Same.
I wasn't the mum I wanted to be today.
Yeah.
And I will lay there awake, just sort of beating myself up over sort of when I was too shouty or when I lost my temper, and I'm like,
I think I take great peace in knowing that I'm not the only one, that we all do it. We're
all human, and
all human.
I've said this before, but I think I find some sort of consolation in that it's good for my children to see that we're all sort of fallible humans that don't always get it right, but I will apologise to them if I've been particularly short-tempered.
Yeah.
You know, I've not been as patient as I wanted to be. I will say sorry for being that version of myself.
Good to show them that you can apologise as well for things that like you didn't necessarily want to do. I now have started explaining to Cooper why Mummy's being a certain way. So I'll be like, look, darling, Mummy's just a little bit snappy because I'm really, really tired and I'm hungry because I haven't had my tea yet.
Yeah.
And because he'll be like, Mummy, can you read me another story? And I'm like, darling, can I just go down and eat my dinner, please? Because it's 8:30.
Yeah.
I'm so hungry and I'm so tired.
But I think it's what maybe gives them the sort of emotional language and tools to be able to explain when they're feeling a bit irritable.
Yeah.
Not quite feeling 100%, then they might be able to say to you, Mummy, I'm being like this because I'm a bit hungry.
Yeah.
I'm a bit tired.
Exactly.
The school was really hard today.
Yeah.
Hopefully, even in our not perfect moments, we're modelling good.
Fingers crossed.
That's what I'm hoping.
She is, Stacie. She's taking the positive.
I'm
She's doing what she does best and finding the positive in that moment.
There's hopefully a nugget somewhere. There's a positive spin on things.
I love it. And we're wrapping up. We've come to the end, but if you could share one bit of like a positive affirmation just for the day, just for the people listening today.
Oh, you put me on the spot. I think joy is not extra, I think would be my affirmation for the day. That it's not something that you do instead of or on top of, that you should build it into your day, and you're deserving of it even when sort of life is a bit chaotic and messy and you don't have to earn it.
That's lovely. I'm going to take that forward with me today. And I'm also going to go and write a 40 before 40 list, because I'll be 40 next year. So I'm going to go and do that. I'm going to do my gratitude list.
There you go. 25% happier when you've done that.
Brilliant. I'm going to be 25% happier by the end of the day. And I'm going to do make my to-do list, not my to-do list.
It's been a productive morning after all. Look at us.
I feel so much better. See, I knew I needed to speak to you today. You were the perfect guest. But thank you so much, Stacie. It was lovely having you.
Thank you very much for having me.
Until next time, I'm Georgia Jones, and this has been Mum's the Word. And we'll be back with another episode, same time, same place, next week.